Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode and a special episode of Tuesday Talks. It's special today because we have with us a guest. His name is Rob Berghorst. Rob is actually going to be joining us here on staff here in just a few weeks. We're excited to have him on staff as a new minister here at the Calhoun Church of Christ. I know you're going to enjoy him. Rob comes to us from Manchester, Connecticut. It's up near Hartford, and so we're excited about him and his wife Rachel and kids getting down here and being a part of our family. But we'll talk more about that later, but I don't want to take up any more time. So ladies and gentlemen, here's Rob.
Hello and welcome to another one of our Tuesday Talks. I'm grateful for the invitation to be able to provide a thought today that hopefully will be both challenging and encouraging at the same time. I'm actually recording from the state of Connecticut, where thankfully it's finally warm enough for us to wear our polos, to wear t-shirts. It's been a long winter, but it looks like we've turned a corner. The sun is shining and it's beautiful out. But I cannot wait to join you all in Calhoun, and looking forward to being there as soon as we can make all of that happen. But today, again, I wanted to give you a general thought, something that's foundational to Christianity and really does relate to, as you've been hearing about some of the normal issues and things that are happening in the world, but in the midst of all of that, there's a concept that is so foundational to Christianity that it really does help us through the midst of all of the struggles that we have that may be going on around us. Things out of control, out of our control, things within our control, all of those things. And it's the concept of salvation. In multiple places in the New Testament, Romans 6, Ephesians 2, and others, we see the idea of salvation as a gift. To many of you, that's probably not a new concept. Something, if you're familiar with Christianity, you've heard it for a long time, and maybe you've even seen certain arguments about what that means and all of those things that go into it. But I want to focus on one very specific aspect relating to that concept of the gift of salvation. And it's the idea of a gift. As you're aware, not every gift is equal. You do not prize or value every gift in the same way. I'll give you an example from my life. To me, every coffee cup is special. Coffee itself is a gift. But this particular coffee cup was a gift from a good friend of mine. He had an opportunity to go pursue a PhD at this particular school in Florida. And as a going away gift, he left me a coffee cup because he knows I'm a coffee drinker. And so it was a very special gift. But I have another gift right here. I don't know if you can see this well, but that's my son. And this says Father's Day. It was a gift from my family to me on Father's Day. Now, both of these gifts have the same function. I can drink coffee equally out of both of them. But I don't look at them in the exact same way. My friend in Florida is a great friend, but if something happens to that coffee cup, if somebody wants to take that, I'm not going to put up that much of a fuss. I'm not going to fight it that bad. It's still special to me, but not to the level of the other one. You're going to have to pry that coffee cup away from me. They have the exact same function. They're made for the same reason, but there's a different attachment to it. And therefore, I look at it in a much different way. Now, the attachment in this instance that's tied to my family. I love my family in a very, very special way. And so the meaning that I place on that particular cup, even though it's only a coffee cup, is different. And you know this, you've received gifts at times that you are just ecstatic about. And you've received gifts at other times that maybe you're like we train our children to do, our girls especially, when they receive a gift, that they are to always be grateful and joyful for the fact that they received a gift and be thankful for that, even if the gift might not be exactly what they were dreaming about. So how does that relate to our salvation? You and I are going to look at our salvations differently as well. Some of us are going to prize it more. Now, what's one of the main reasons for that? Our relationship to the giver. That's going to be different. And how close we are to the giver, to God Himself, is going to affect how we look at and understand our salvation. My salvation, how I think about it, continues to grow because my relationship to the giver continues to increase, and therefore that affects every part of my life. All things related to salvation now take on a different meaning. So my encouragement and my challenge to you, consider your salvation. Consider the level of prize that you have for it. How special is it? And realize that that can increase as you grow closer to the giver. And I hope you do that because it will affect every part of your life. Again, I hope this is just a healthy reminder for us as Christians as we go through the week. For those of you who are tuning into this who are not part of Calhoun, the Calhoun Church of Christ, there are lots of people there as I've met them who would love to talk more about this. Please feel free to reach out at any time. Have a great week.